What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Lou, back with another podcast, quick podcast, pre-work. Obviously, you see the hoodie. I usually don't have my jewelry out when I work, in case you get in a scuffle or situation. You don't want nobody to have leverage to grab anything. Today's Invicta. We're rocking we went with the stainless steel black. Durable band today. I like to wear the durable bands while I'm working, just in case something happens. I've actually had a watch break on me before. Somebody asked me that, like, why do you wear, your nice watches when you're working? And I'm like, well, here's the thing. First of all, they're gonna sit at home because I don't really go nowhere. I work all day and most nights, so I work a lot. It's like, why do I own over 50-something pair of shoes? Guess where I'm going to wear my shoes wherever I go, whether I'm going to work, job number one, job number two, whatever. Nonetheless, someone addressed something. Somebody said that, not on YouTube, but on, I think it was Instagram, that my tone when I talk is aggressive. I don't even think it's aggressive. I think it's firm, but it's just how I talk. Like, if you knew me, if you knew my, my people around me, if you knew my family, like, that's normal in, how I interact with people. So, I am confident in what I say, but also I feel like you got to be able to articulate yourself in a more crisp, firm fashion. And I think that resonates with people to actually pay attention. If I just got on here and started talking with a monotone voice, then you would probably get bored and turn the shit off. So I understand that. But also they said that I don't post or talk about much motivational stuff. And if you listen to my podcast on previous episodes, where I've always said I don't believe in motivation. I don't believe in relying on motivation. Do I believe it exists? Yes. But I believe motivation is kind of like happiness. It's a temporary emotion. It's not really something that you can rely on, because you're not happy every day. You don't wake up every day and you're in the best mood ever. Sometimes you just get up and you're just numb. You're just like, you know what, I know what I got to do today. I got to get through it. I'm gonna make it happen. A lot of times you feel happy at the end of the day after you were productive and you got all the things accomplished that you wanted to get done that day. But you don't sit back and say, oh, I'm not going to get things done today because, I didn't wake up happy. Like, that doesn't make sense. So I kind of divorced the idea of relying on happiness in order to create my own mental stability and to get through my day. So I want everybody to kind of, 2023, this is where I think a lot of sensitivity comes from. In today's society, I feel like so many people just are so overly sensitive that they want to rely on validation and rely on temporary validation to create a temporary emotion like happiness. That's insane to me. Or to prevent another emotion like anger. So you're relying on so many different variables just to either not create anger or to create happiness. And if you solely live your life doing that, it's like constant. It'll never stop. So excuse me. You can't do that. So when you want to create a baseline and how your attitude is, and I believe going just more towards a numb approach. Like, every day is different. If something makes me happy, it makes me happy, but I'm not relying on that thing to be like, oh, I need that to happen every single day in order to, so I can get my happy fix for the day, or, spend my days running around trying to avoid things that piss me off. I understand that things are going to happen, but you have to be able to handle it, deal with it, get over it, and move on to the next emotion. Or it's like you do a reset. You reset back to neutral. You get pissed off. Like, I gave the example before to one of my friends of mine. He always asked me, like, how do you deal with situations in especially in the nightclubs? You get in a fight or something like that. Because I'm like, dude, you can go get in a fight, and then right afterwards, I'm gonna go have a drink with somebody, go crack a joke with somebody. Now, how do you do that? It's because I go back to neutral. I understand that 9 times out of 10 that fight wasn't about me, it had nothing to do with me. I'm the middleman. That's why I'm security. I have to have a neutral mindset, a neutral feeling. So I believe in applying that same concept in every aspect in life. It's okay to get mad. It's okay to get frustrated, but come back to neutral. So you know, if that motivates you to try to get to that level, to try of mental stability, to be able to do that and put yourself in that place, then there's your motivation for the day. I did have a message for the day, actually. There's something that came to me in the gym. Most of the time when I come up with topics or anything like that, it's like an epiphany. Something that just came to me. And I felt like today when I was working out, you know, which I work out alone 99% of the time, which is cool, which is, you know, not that I prefer it, but it, again, back to neutral. I don't care. If I have somebody, great. If I don't, great. It doesn't affect how I'm going to train. I'm still going to bust my butt, work hard, and you know, just put my best foot forward as far as, you know, effort and grinding just to self-improve. So what I realized today, what mental like thought process that came to my head was like, wow, if you try to say, you know what, discipline builds from subtraction. They said, well, what does that mean? All right, what do I mean? How do you become disciplined? How do you improve your discipline? I think your discipline gets stronger and stronger. Obviously, it has to start somewhere. But it grows and grows. But as it grows, you're usually taking out things out of your life, which allow you to stay on track and stay focused on increasing whatever you're trying to be disciplined about. So I'll give you an example. Like if I'm trying to improve my diet, I always tell people a lot of the times, a lot of clients, I've always told them, you know, sometimes it's not about what you eat. It's a lot of the times what you don't eat. Because a lot of times when you subtract things out of the diet, that's less calories your body has to process. Less processes, like how your body handles sodium and sugar is not the same. So by removing sugar, artificial sugars, certain processes won't take place. Same with sodium. Same with, you know, carbs. Like this is why carb cycling is so effective. What the body goes through to process carbohydrates and what the body may not go through by subtracting carbohydrates and focusing on the proteins and carbs are two different things. So a lot of the times it's not what you're eating, it's what you're not eating that may help you. Like, you know, some people get healthier by cutting out red meat. That's subtracting something, you know, and then I'm going to add more fish. I'm going to add more chicken. There you go. It's addition and subtraction. But in order to stay focused on a diet, a lot of times you got to subtract things. So let's take that mindset and bring it into everyday life. What things in your life are hindering you from improving your discipline towards your goals, your relationships? What things are hindering you? And I encourage you to start subtracting things. And 9 times out of 10, they're unnecessary things. You know, like you do it with your budget. If you say, hey, I want to save more money because I want to buy a new car, or I want to go on vacation, or I want to buy somebody an expensive present, what do? You start subtracting unnecessary expenses. And then that allows you to put away more money to be able to afford whatever you want to afford. Well, same thing, can you do that emotionally and mentally? A lot of people can't, especially with removing negative people in their life, especially if that person has a title in their life. Like it's a boss, it's a coworker, it's a relative, it's a long-term friend, it's a classmate, it's whatever. So I understand, I'm not saying it's easy to do, or it's always easy to do, but sometimes that is a simplistic answer. You need to learn what you need to subtract and figure out a way to do so. And if you can't subtract, at least minimize the contact. Like there might be a relative that gets on your damn nerves and you say, you know, I can't subtract them because that's, you know, a close cousin or a close relative. But you can say, you know what, I'm gonna minimize my connection with them. You can do that. That's okay. You know, and still achieve your discipline as far as maintaining a healthy family relationship, friendship, relationship with your coworker or your boss. So that's my message for today. Long story short, I just wanted to say, hey, if you want to improve your discipline, learn how to subtract and actually implement the subtractions that you come up with. So be able to self-assess your life, self-assess your relationships, self-assess your finances, and say, you know what? I want to improve my discipline is by default, by side effect, going to improve as long as I start subtracting these negative bad habits or things, these negative things that I'm allowing, you know, and man up, woman up, man. Like, start letting stuff go. Like, seriously, start letting things go. Because at the end of the day, even if you miss it, even if you know, you might miss it because of something that triggers you, that reminds you of it, so what? You're still going to get the benefits of it, of that thing being gone. I always tell people the easiest people to get rid of out of your life are bad people. They're the easiest. Even if you had good times with them in the past. Okay, cool, you had good times. Cool, bad. We had good times. I've known you for freaking 20 years. I ended a 28-year friendship. So I'm not just some person who just says this stuff. Like, I've implemented this. When you do something that's unforgivable, bye. You took advantage of the fact that I've known you for 28 years and thought that you could do something that catastrophic to our friendship, and you thought that I was just going to ride that out. Sorry, I'm not a ride or die friend like that. Not when you did that directed towards me. Sorry. You got to go. You got to go. Because I know me. I'm going to speak my mind all the time. And at the end of the day, I know I'm going to constantly think of and be reminded of what you did that was that catastrophic to disrespect our connection as friends. Cut it off. Till this day, and that was 10 years ago. Cut it off. Period. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't regret it not one bit. My life, my outlook, my expectations of my friends, and also the exposing who my real friends were, never became more clear until I got rid of that friendship. And that was the longest friendship I had ever had. So I'll challenge you guys, you know, 2023, I told you I'm on a mission to get rid of this sensitive ass world, man. And just man up, woman up. Let's get stuff done, man. We got to get stuff done. Holla at your boy. Follow me, Instagram, 412 Still City Muscle. TikTok, Still City Muscle. More content coming, interviews coming, and I gotta go to work. So I'll holler at y'all. Gang, still 32 gang.